our retreat, Nunes left Congress to run Donald Trump's newly launched Truth Social platform. As McCarthy discussed conservative speech being silenced online, he seemed to be mostly reciting boilerplate talking points. But then he claimed that the online platform Parler had been shut down simply because it was conservative. In reality, Apple, Google, and Amazon had said they suspended Parler's accounts on January 9th and 10th because users of the sites were calling for violence, including political assassinations, and Parler had failed to moderate or remove such posts. According to court records, prior to January 6th, Parler had failed to remove posts on its platform, including the following.
In reference to United States Secretary of Transportation Elaine Chao, this should be hung for betraying their country. Referring to Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger,
hang this mofo today.
We are coming with our list. We know where you live, we know who you are, and we are coming for you, and it starts on the 6th. Civil war. LOL if you will think it's a joke. Enjoy your last few days you have. Referring to both black and Jewish people, we need to act like our forefathers did. Kill all. Leave no victims or survivors.
After the firing squads are done with the politicians, the teachers are next. Shoot the police that protect these shitbag senators right in the head, then make the senator grovel a bit before capping their ass.
We are going to fight in a civil war on January 20th. Form militias now and acquire targets. White people need to ignite their racial identity and rain down suffering and death like a hurricane upon Zionists.
Members of the Proud Boys used Parler in the weeks leading up to the attack to coordinate their plans and call for violence. On November 27, 2020, Zachary Rehl, head of the Philadelphia chapter of the Proud Boys, posted, "Hopefully the firing squads are for the traitors that are trying to steal the election." Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio used Parler to instruct his members to turn out in record numbers on January 6, 2021, but to conceal who they were. "We will not be wearing our traditional black and yellow. We will be incognito, and we will spread across downtown D.C. in smaller teams." On New Year's Day, 2020, Tarrio posted, "Let's bring this new year with one word in mind, revolt." Later, he called for a New Year's revolution. These posts would later be introduced in the trial in which 4 Proud Boys, including Tarrio and Rehl, were convicted of seditious conspiracy or conspiring to overthrow the government of the United States. Tarrio was ultimately sentenced to 22 years in prison. Although the Proud Boys trial would not conclude until more than 2 years later, it was no secret in real time what Parler was doing. There had been significant press coverage in the days after January 6th about the content that Parler was hosting. In our conference meeting on January 11th, Adam Kinzinger warned that anyone defending Parler needed to be aware of what was actually posted on the platform, including calls for the assassination of members of Congress. Now, 2 months after the attack, I was listening to the leader of the House Republicans spread the lie that Parler was shut down simply because it was conservative. The impact of this lie was especially toxic. It wasn't lost on those who had been posting racist, anti-Semitic, hate-filled calls for violence on Parler that Trump and his Republican supporters were defending them. The lie also fed the anger of Trump supporters who believed they were being silenced because of their political beliefs. I thought back to Kevin's concern after January 6th. He told us he was receiving FBI briefings about the serious threats of violence against members of Congress. At the time, he had admonished all House Republicans not to fan the flames of this potential political violence. Now, he was doing it himself. I left the retreat shortly afterward.